Hello YouTube, welcome back into the gaming cupboard, and it's just going to be a pickups video this time. It's going to be a pickups video, well, that's kind of like normal really, but this is a pickups video of the last kind of couple of weeks or so. It's been Christmas, hasn't it? And before that there was a load of events like Doncaster Market, which were an absolute age ago, it feels like. I've got some bits from that, I've got some bits that I picked up all year, but to be honest, I've forgotten what I've got, and it's been so long since I made a video I can't remember what I've actually shown. So there will be some of those up and coming in other videos. Some of the bits are actually quite nice, so they might want a video on their own. As well as that, I've got some thank yous to do as well, but they will be done in another video once I get back into the swing of things, maybe a little bit. So today we've got, how many games have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. 8 games. Not a lot of retro in there. Well, there might be some retro, I don't know. Actually, some of it is very retro. Some of it is a reimagining of retro. I'll let you be deciding of that. But we'll get into those in just a minute. Just before we do, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who continues to subscribe and support the channel. It's appreciated. If you're new here, I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy my constant babbling and going on, because there'll be a good few minutes of it left to come. And if you're still here by the end of it, kudos to you. But yeah, for those new people, if you enjoy, please leave a comment. I always like to read the comments, and I will reply to every one of you. And yeah, if you enjoy what you see, drop us a subscribe. Why not? Hey, there's worse things to subscribe to, like Netflix. I don't know, that might be better. Should we just get on with the pickup, shall we? So yeah, so I don't even know which order these are in. Should we do the ones at Christmas first? Christmas and around Christmas. So yeah, so for Christmas this year, I got a game from a good partner. I didn't get loads of games because I've got another present, kind of an outing later in the year, but I did ask for this one, which I've heard good things about and really enjoyed it. This is Ori, and this is The Blind Forest and Will o' the Wisps on the Switch. Really nice set, this one. It's actually, I think it came up in the Switch store for sale around Christmas, and I think they're about £12 each or something. So you pay a little bit more, but you get the cartridge in there with all these really funky postcards. I'm not going to get the postcards all out, because I know I'll never get them back in, but there you go. There's an owl. Which one's that? Is that Screech? I don't know, but it surprised me, Ori. I'm not really into kind of Metroidvania games as a whole, although I really liked Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is really good, but it's tough as nails. Ori is a little bit more, how shall we say, a little bit easier. You can set it on easy mode, and it's a really pretty game. It's got backgrounds that are just like Oddworld, in kind of the creatures that are going on, the kind of trees in the background, the things scuttling about. It's a really beautiful game. It's both of those in the set. You can buy them individually, I think, but you might as well get both. And yeah, really good story. I really enjoy playing that one. And as I say, for Metroidvania games, which are normally notoriously difficult and annoying for me, that is a really good one. I recommend picking a copy of that up. Next up, I've got this with a bit of Christmas fun. I think this was a bit of a bargain, actually, or at least I hope so. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I've got it out with intention. It is a Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, an enhanced edition for the Switch. I think that this one doesn't come with anything special in the middle. I mean, look at that. It's just a bit boring, really. After you see some of them. I mean, Ori's a bit boring. I just looked at that, I thought there's something interesting in there, but no, there's a postcard. Anyway, yeah, so Baldur's Gate came out on PC, and I think it came out kind of end of the 90s, if I remember correctly. I was never someone who played this, and I much prefer kind of Fallout and things like that on the PC. Fallout 2, which I think came out just before then, and then I moved very much into consoles. But Baldur's Gate, I think, is one of those games that everyone considers to be absolutely amazing. And this was £14.39, I think, or something like that from base. So for that price, I thought I've got to pick it up and give it a go. It's an absolute bargain. That may be an absolute warning that it's terrible, but I did a couple of checks on it beforehand, and it seemed pretty decent. So yeah, I picked up a copy of that for myself to play. Next up, what should we do next up? We'll mix it up. We'll mix it up a little bit, shall we? So the next game I picked up was one I picked up from CX, and it's one that I've kind of had on my watch list for a while. Haven't bothered to pick it up. There was a couple in stock. They weren't going anywhere. It's not an amazingly popular game as far as I know, but then one sold around Christmas and I thought, well, if that last one goes, then I'm going to have to pay eBay prices, and eBay prices are a little bit more than CEX. So I picked up a copy of Simon the Sorcerer 4 Chaos Happens. Now, for those who remember Simon the Sorcerer fondly are probably those who played it on the Amiga. And it's also on things like the Panasonic 3DO, I think. Yeah, I think it's on the 3DO. And I think when I played it back on the PC. You can get the original ones to play in DOS box. You can still get the original ones to play. And the first two were really, really good. They're kind of, if you imagine Monkey Island were in kind of a fantasy nursery kind of realm, nursery story, I don't know, realm with wizards and things. It's like that, but it's kind of got a sarcastic undertone to it, which suits me absolutely down to the ground. And so you play your hero Simon, and then after the first two games they decided to go in 3D, and they made an absolute shocker of a game in 3D. It was broken, it didn't work properly, it took too long to actually come out, and by that point, everyone's thinking 3D was it. They should have just left it as 2D, to be honest. And then after that, I think the company kind of went a bit down the pan. This was bought up, I think, Play Logic, Silver Style, RTL Entertainment bought it from AdventureSoft, and they came out with Simon the Sorcerer 4, which I think from memory is pretty bloody awful, but it was only a couple of quid, and it's a little bit of a subset, isn't it? Because I really like the Simon the Sorcerer games. There is one last one which they released only in Germany, which I'm hoping to try and get a copy of at some point, but yeah, it's a little bit more difficult to source, that one. But yeah, I do really like the original Simon the Sorcerer games, so that's to go in the kind of collection of Simon the Sorcerer. I don't do subsets, honestly, really don't. So moving on. Whilst we're talking about getting games from Germany, I did find one from Momox that I've been looking at for a little while again, looking to get, and it's a Wii game. It's a Wii game that has a little bit of a history. It was in for development, I think, originally on the Xbox, but they shelved it and it never came to fruition. And then it was bought up by the Wii and released, and it is a game called The Core Gang. And it is, because it's German, because it wasn't released in English, except in America, which I haven't actually got. Invasion der Inner Edition, so the Inner Core, I think that is translate as. And yeah, game and disc in there. I think this set me back only about £4, to be honest. And it's one that most people who collect Wii and collect games probably haven't even heard of. So for £4 and something to have in the collection, I'll have that to play. I'm pretty sure this does play in English. I don't think there's anything stopping you playing it in English. So yeah, that's one to have, and maybe actually give a go on. Why not? Let's play some of these games. All right, so 4 to go. Where should we go? Should we go retro? Well, it's kind of in the channel, so I might as well go a bit Nath Retro on this one. Nath Retro 1. So going back, the reason I started this channel, or my intention when I started this channel, was to reclaim some of the games from my childhood and actually play them. And I got a bit lost somewhere along the way in the amount of games I've actually got behind me. But the intention was always there, that if these games, I were to find them at a decent price, and find them complete, then I'd get them back in for the collection. So I have kind of been actively seeking them. Maybe that's a new direction the channel will go in the future, I don't know, but that's going to be the intention kind of for this year. That's going to be something I'll look to try and do. There's not too many of them, but it's difficult to kind of source them in a nice condition. But without further ado, these next couple of games are ones that I wanted to get, and this first one, Master System game, is a game called Global Gladiators. Now, I don't remember if I actually put this on the podcast a couple of weeks ago now, probably even a month ago now, when we had Retro Red Steve on it. And while I'm just peeling the label off, yeah, we're talking about favourite Master System games. And when I was a kid, I didn't really get many games for Christmas, except one year when my parents, just out of the blue, I think got me about 4 or 5 Master System games. I don't know how they managed it. I think they must have just got them in a bundle somehow, but really, really nice set of Master System games, and this was one of them. So Global Gladiators, one that I sold a good few years back. Really wished I hadn't. This one is nice and complete. It's got the hanging tab, it's got the manual, it's got everything in there. Is really nice. This was from a local game shop to me, and I think you can probably buy some CX for about £4. I think they had this down in the shop for £6. I was happy to pay that, considering that sometimes you can just chance it with going into ordering it online. CEX, eBay's an absolute minefield for games. You have some that, you know, are everything's perfect but it's missing the manual, or they just try and cover something up on Master System games. I don't know what it is, but Master System games, the kind of prices are, they do make sense. Like, you will have the lower end ones which the case is in a bit of a state, and then you'll have the crazy top end ones which, you know, is about 10 quid for this, which would be minty. So I got this thinking £6 somewhere in the middle. It's as mint as I would probably be able to find it, and I'm happy to have this one. Is it a good game? It's one for people to probably try. It is a platformer. It's got McDonald's endorsement. You shoot milkshake at like enemies. Yeah, I mean, what's not to love? It's got 90s kind of written all over it, and I'm just happy to have it back in my collection. And the next one, this one I took an absolute punt on this. I ordered from CEX, one that I've been watching for ages, one of these games. It is another Master System game, and I've been watching it because I tried to order it from CEX once before, and what I got through was an absolute state of a copy. The cover was all damp, it had no manual. Honestly, it was really disappointing, and so I've been looking out for it at markets, I've been looking out for it on eBay, and the price of it is just climbing. I've seen it for about 30 quid, and whereas I've seen it in CEX for about 12. And if you know your Master System games, that might give it away. So it's been out of stock for a while. It came back in the other day, and I just took the plunge. I'm like, do you know what? If it comes and it hasn't got a manual for 12 quid and postage, that's not the worst thing in the world. I think that as long as it's there, the cover's good, then that'll be a win as far as I'm concerned. And what I got was pretty much not mint quite, but not really far off. The game in question is Streets of Rage, and I mean, you probably can't like tell this to look at it, but it's really in nice order. The cover's good. There's maybe a little bit of stickiness around there. I don't think that'll show up. You can maybe see some slight discoloration. There's some kind of glue on there, probably where they've had a sticker on it for sale at some point. It is all complete. Now it's broken, so yeah, it's even got the little Sega sticker on. Look, Sega. That's been kept on. There's a cartridge. It is all okay, although I've still got to plug it in and test it, mind. The manual, like the manual's like, you know, got some, you know, it's got some wear on it. It's not too bad. It's a little bit dog-eared there, but to be honest, a game of this age, when did this come out? It was like 93. So for a game that's 28, 29 years old nearly, that's not too bad, is it? So yeah, this originally came from Largs in Scotland. I was like, where the hell is Largs?
According to Wikipedia, Scotland is a country that is part of the United Kingdom.
Well, there you freaking go, Alexa. Shut the fuck up. Right, moving on. Just don't need it, do you? Just don't need it. Everyone's a critic. Anyway, yeah, really happy to have Streets of Rage back. That was one of the ones that I figured was going to be more expensive. I really enjoyed it. when I had it back in the day. One of those ones I should have never sold. And I think I only originally, when I actually bought it as a kid, it was a tenner, so I've paid £12 plus postage to have it again. It's pretty decent. So yeah, happy to have that. Right, last two games. These probably don't really count as retro at all, but I was really happy to have a bargain on these. So first up, we've got a copy of a Switch game that I really like, and it is a Pikmin 3. Yeah, finish your drinks, everybody. He said Pikmin like he does. This one's pretty on the inside. Look at that. That's beautiful. Like that. This was a Facebook Marketplace job. I've been looking at this for a while and thinking, do I pick it up? Because I've got it on the Wii U, but they've added extra stuff in here to the Switch version, but I was kind of humming and ahhing because it's not really extra stuff that's worth that much of my time. But this came up on Facebook Marketplace. I think it's still 30 quid to buy new. I think when I bought this, I paid, it's either 15 or 20 quid. I think it was about 20 quid. But I was really happy to have this one. I really enjoy the Pikmin games. A lot of fun. I can't recommend them enough, and everyone's sick of me talking about them, but until you pick it up and have a go, you won't know what I'm talking about. If you like a bit of like kind of cutesy strategy, then it's definitely one to have a go of. And then the last one, and then you can go back to watching Metal Jesus and all that shite. I don't know. No, I can't say that about Metal Jesus, obviously. No, I can't. That's slander. The last game I picked up from Facebook Marketplace today for 30 quid, and this one I've been looking at for again a while. I've never pulled the trigger on it, but it came up, and it is the Mario 3D All-Stars Collection, released like bloody ages ago, so I don't know why I'm going on about it, but yeah, it came up on Facebook Marketplace today. The guy wanted 30 quid for it. Said 30 quid, no offers, because I was half asleep reading it first thing in the morning. So will you take 25? And he flat out said no. So yeah, at least I tried, but yeah, it's in the console at the moment. But yeah, pretty inside. I don't think I've actually completed any of these games, which is shocking because most people have like completed, I think, one or a couple of these games at least. Mario Sunshine I had a go at, but it's very kind of, it was the first real, I say, next gen version of like Mario platforming. People say Mario 64. Mario 64 is good, but with the kind of flood backpack and that, it just made it a little bit more what Mario is today. And then Mario Galaxy, really fun. I remember getting that for the Wii for Christmas one year, and I think I just sat like pre-children. This is sat on the floor playing Mario Galaxy, drinking scotch at like 9 o'clock in the morning because it's Christmas and that's just what you do, isn't it? Or maybe that's just what I do. But Christmas people do that kind of shit, don't they? Anyway, that is it for the pickups, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. There will be plenty more. I will do some other pickups kind of as and when I remember what I've got, and I've got a couple of thank yous to do, so they will get their own video because there's some really nice stuff that I need to properly say thank you for. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please drop the video a like. If you want to subscribe, brilliant, really appreciate it. And yeah, leave us a comment, and thanks all. I'll see you all soon, so take care, stay safe, and bye for now.